Okay, now we're finally getting to the last part of Giant Legion's Devastator one. I am so happy the legs came like last month. I'm not even joking. So as we're recording this, it's only July. These finally came in June, and I ordered them back in December. Took a little more longer. I don't know why. The lugs took way more longer than anything else did. However, the arms, so July 1 and 2, came around like a week or two after I ordered them. July 3 and 4 took around like a month afterwards. But July 5 and 6 took 5 months to get to me, and I ordered them back in December. And I bought these from another site, I think. Oh no, sorry, I bought them from I'll put the link in the description for you can buy this here. I bought it for roughly, I want to say $94. It's a little pricey, yes. But as we're talking about, this is GLA 3 and 4. Now, this is Excavator and Bulldozer. Yeah, I know third party, so it would be technically Bone Crusher, and the other one that is the other arm. Yes, so as you will know, I talked about this before. Their Giant Legion's Devastator, so the arms are the legs, and the legs are the arms. So GLA 3, GLA 1 and 2 are normally the legs, so the feet of it. Mixmaster and I don't really know. Sorry, I'm trying to remember all these names. But these are normally the arms. So that's, I mean, I had the Flamethrower Devastator too, and that's normally how it will look like. But now, and as we're recording this, they are releasing this figure in both parts again. So are the parts again, but in yellow. So it's a G2 variant. I'm not gonna buy it. Sorry, it's the same figure. Look, I love buying these things, but having the same figure but just an orange, but the eyes being blue does not help my case. Look, I love it just as much, but it's not worth it at that point. It's not worth it. I love this, but not that much. I'm not buying two of them again. So let's take a closer look at everything that come with this, and basically what the final part of their what a full like a Devastator. I would say it's massive because I compared how big it is. It's huge. Let's look. Now these guys are very massive for what their size are, and I'm be honest here, these are very good, decent sizes. I'm gonna be honest here. Now, technically, these are the same body, so I always say this part. So everything from up here to so waist down. Basically, the main differences is that this one had the scoop, while this one had and also had this part being moved. This one right here has this part that moves to basically to get to this guy's head. With Bulldozer having technically that there's and these parts. I mean, technically, these parts are it's just the same thing. You can just unscrew that and put it on here. It's just the same thing, basically. And let's start with Excavator. Well, Excavator. So, which is dual A5. So, arm goes up and then it does go down like this. That part is really meant for one reason, like mode. Everything else you will see in a second. But it's really good that this does rotate. However, I wish this part was covered up, but I can see why it was not covered up. It's really detailed too within the arm of how this part is silver. And I do like how it looks because technically most of the mode you can't see much kibble. I mean, same with GLA 6. There's not that much kibble you do see. There's not that much at all. I really wish a lot of Transformers were like this, having less kibble that really sticks out. However, when you flip to the bottom, you do see the cable of it, but it's not the worst thing. And it is the same type of gun, yet again, for devastating reasons. Just put it in like this, and it does go in. It's just a little hard to get into. Okay. But there is weapon storage. It's just not easy to get to or pull it out. And this part does flip up, which I can see kind of annoying, and you do see the head of Expeditor. And I will say, certain parts not the best, but whatever. Suspension wise, I mean, he's a decent sized figure too, not like a small boy. But the gun do the same exact function to go up and go down, which I can understand, because technically you do need to put it into the body. But other really differences is that one is screwed up, so technically you do connect them. That's for reasons only. And here's problem. Now let's look at GLA 6 Bulldozer. Prowl. Okay, I mean, if you want to compare it side, I mean, technically it would be more accurate, because technically there is some. And the fun part, I did buy a Jazz with Bone Crusher. So yeah, I did buy those. I'm excited to do those. And they're part of Prime. I know they released the official one. I haven't bought it yet, money wise. I will say this is my favorite one, but this part right here, do be cautious. It is a little blunt. It may cut you if you're not cautious about it. It's just how it is. And I will say this part right here being the waist of it, which is kind of cool, because this part does help out with the waist and foot. Yeah, you can't see where that's going to go. Now let's look at the transformations for GLA 5 and 6. Now we're going to do the transformation for GLA 5, the Excavator, which both these modes, technically, Excavator and Bulldozer, have basically the same transformation, with both slight changes. May need to change the top of these, and basically this whole front part right here is all different. But as you can tell, it's the same parts, because there's a little thing right here. If you take that off, you can put on this one technically. But GLA 5 is pretty simple. I'll see lift this up just in case, because it's not that easy sometimes. Lift this. So get this part right here. Well, pull it to the side. It does have a place where it sets. Same thing. Lift that front part up. There you go. The back part, pop this off. So do that. And then grab this part, flip it this way. And then this part's pretty simple to do. These are the arms. So have the arms out. Basically kind of a morning stretch. Flip this entire part this way. And then rotate this. So if it looks like this, of looking like this for a bit, it makes sense. Then the parts that you did earlier, we'll flip this down and then put this in. Same thing on the other side. Okay, there you go. Put that in. Spin this like this, and rotate the parts to make it the arms. And certain parts that I don't want to come apart. Trust me, they won't. This part, fold it up. There you go. Now you have everything on top done. And then flip this back down. Legs are next. So grab the front part of the feet. Unhook this part, because if not, it won't rotate. Then rotate this part around, and you will see that it will snap in right here. And both parts are different, so technically that makes it a little more cooler. Flip the feet downwards, and with this part, you need to put it upwards, and then put it in the foot. And there you go. This part will hang out as it is. So there you go. You got your Dinka excavator now. Let's talk about it. Now let's transform bulldozer. Flip these down. Flip them. This is the most simplest part. This part doesn't go anywhere, which is surprising for once. Flip this up, because it will go back down. Unhook the feet. Undo the arms. Okay. Flip the head around. Oh yeah, I forgot. Take these parts out. Certain parts are not the best and they feel like they want to break on you, but for me they won't. Flip this up. And fully flip the whole front up. Okay, there you go. Flip this down. Chest, basically the same. Okay, rotate the arms upwards. Phone going off. Then on the side, rotate the arms, and then rotate the body around. And if this part does, there you go, put that down. Flip that up, rotate it, there you go. Flip the feet out like usual. Undo the foot. Okay. Put in the foot. And there we go. Sitting on this side. There you go. And here's the weapons. They're pretty the same thing, just one has the port lower. Other than that, there we go. Let's talk about it. Size-wise, these guys are really massive. I'm going to be honest here. I do have LiQWDY 1 and 2, but I'm not going to transform LiQWDY 3 and 4. That's too much time. It's going to be a little too much time for me to really get done for this. So I'm really just going to transform LiQWDY 3 and 4 into legs. Or sorry, the waist. Basically the body of Devastator. Sorry, this still have a lot of effort or time behind it. So like I said, these are basically the same things. And I mean by saying, I mean literally, the body literally right here, this is the same, legs are the freaking same, the arms are the same. The only difference is it's the back pieces. This part, like I said. So it's like small changes. Even the back is changed too. Which I do like, because technically they could have copy and pasted it, everything to make it look so similar. So, same articulation. So, double joint to knee, which is technically needed because you are looking at technically a leg mode. And these parts are for the foot. Yes, they do stick out like for them, I get it. But they just fold out. And, I mean, yeah, it's just the foot, it's obvious. The articulation wise, so double jointed arm, leg joint jointed, waist is technically there, but it's its back piece right here to really give it that, and just flip the front piece of the skirt. So you do have a full 360 rotation, and you do get some articulation right here at the hip. But it is blocked by this part, which is surprisingly that no one really talks about. But if you have nothing in between there, it does move a lot more. So that is really cool. Head the ball joints, and it does have a light feature. So let me grab a gun. And it does go up that far, but if you really want to, you could technically extend it, or technically put it back into somewhat the vehicle mode. Other than that, there's not much articulation, but the weight is legs actually are ratchets, which makes sense because I don't really like if it's a soft kind of plastic and it just snaps on you. Thank God mine hasn't, and is already pretty good. Same articulation on this guy too. I will say there's not much differences anyway due to some of the parts looking a little more different. Now here, GLA 1 and 2. God, it'd be really cool to show I'll set them off, but I'll probably do that as a little work on later. Here is G1 Megatron. I'm gonna be happy when I put all together to make him. Here's Grimlock. So he's the same size as Grimlock, which is surprisingly, Grimlock is a big figure too. Here is Blurble, and I'm thinking this is, I want to say size accurate a little too much. I'm going to be honest here. Here's the Barbatos. So, man, you're looking at a one size 144 scale versus basically a master grade. If you want to be honest here. And here's the RX Origin version. So let's get it into leg mode, and then we get show off Devastator. Now we're gonna turn into a foot. Yeah, let's do that. Okay, so basically undo these again. Put aside them. So excavator should be easy. Undo this part. We'll get to the legs in seconds. Pull this part right here, pull upwards, pull this straight up, yes, straight up fully. These will fold into this. There is a tab for it right here. And it will snap in. Open the arms up, swing them this way, close them this way. Well, actually, pull these parts out right here, rotate this part, close these up like this, and turn it like this, for now. Get the X-ray part. Actually, twist it around, put the scoop in, there you go. There you go, snap that in, put that in. Leave this upwards like this. This is your top part. Bottom part is where the fun part comes along. Fold the foot out, like you're going to do on robot mode. Flip this part upwards and scoot it in. Make sure it's fully up. If not, it won't connect. And there's no connecting anyway, so that's strange. Pull this up again because some of these parts are annoying. Rotate this, and you see connect there to there. And there we go. Drop the front piece down like you would. Okay. rotate this. Okay. Connect the foot in again. And if you don't connect it, it is a bit of a struggle to find where it connects in. There we go. Now put these in like this. So basically make them back into leg mode, well, feet mode, I guess. And put the middle part right in between them until they fit, and close everything up within the foot. Okay, this should go in. Okay, shit. That part, lift it up, and rotate the foot. Here's your leg for now until you add on the other parts. And he makes the left side of the leg. Now let's talk about it. Basically, same process. A little different though. Keep this together. Oh, I mean, it just as it is. Don't do anything with the scoops yet. Unhook it like this again. Do the feet. So do that. Rotate this part, which is sometimes a bit of a hoo-ha to do. Same thing again on the other side. Get a part separator because sometimes it's more easier than your hands. Okay, there you go. No need that. No, leave this as it is for now. And I'm flipping these parts already, so it makes it a hell of a lot easier what to do. Do everything like you did in the front. Flip those up, flip all this up, flip these downward to the side. And it doesn't go in, because sometimes it doesn't feel like it goes in, but it will go in, trust me. Rotate the foot. Which you're meant to rotate these parts fully to the back. That's why I said don't worry about them until later. Okay. There you go. Yep. Flip the front piece down because it will make it a lot more easier. So when you gotta connect everything. Well, yet. Okay. Rotate this part and rotate the foot fully, or the top part of it, I guess. Okay. There you go. Put that back there. Put the foot up. And now we do the whole foot thing again. Okay. I want to say rotate this if you can. I don't think you can. And the entire top part, it's just the same thing that you did already to excavate already. So flip out these parts, flip this way, Same idea, flip, 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 out for now. Connect that back in. And here's bulldozer and foot mode. So let's talk about it. And when you connect the leg, make sure these parts are straight up on here. There you go. Connect that. You got one leg on. You got GLA 6 on. Now you can use GLA 5, or it doesn't matter which way you put it. Just put on the legs. There you go. I'm using the box for this reason because, damn. Okay. I want to say easy, but over time it does get easier. There you go. We got the leg of Devastator on. And make sure to connect the joints on the arms like that. There you go. And this thing is so freaking massive. You can't put it anywhere. Holy crap. I'm going to screw down my camera. This thing is 22 centimeters long. Or big. That thing is like huge. You know what the Flint 21 size is. This thing is a child compared to everything else. Here is G1 Megatron. Here is Blur. And here is the RX, sorry. The Barber Toast. And here the RX. I'm saying it for this one because it's so freaking heavy and massive. You need to already have to stand up for it. Articulation, we have forward kick down at the arm until it comes off them, which is the only part that sucks. Then make sure everything is connected. If not, it feels like it's gonna crumble on its own weight. Jesus. And certain parts wanna, pop out. That's due to the figure being so massive. You do get the skirt, if you move it up, it does have a good amount of things, and it is so huge. With the arm out of the way, it does go out, but it's so loose. It is hard to really figure it out how massive it is. And it does use the legs of GLA 5. So, yeah. But the tire does get in the way of moving anymore. Oh my god. This thing feels like 20 to 40 pounds of weight, and also I'm sweating my house right now. Holy crap. And it does have a gun. I will say, with the hands, do be a little cautious because this one is a little loosey-goosey. The other hand is very fine because it uses a different type of joints. The gun does go in the hand either way. You want to figure out how to go? It does work. But this hand is loose. So it is very good, but the size of it and the fact that this hand right here in particular is loose is going to be the problem. I really hope when they release it, they do fix the hand of this where not too loose. It does have a race rotation, and it's not clicky, which is kind of weird, but it kind of makes sense too. Crap. So much fucking way behind this damn thing. Head does go up, down, and it does have the fighter too. And when you use the thing on his head, it does glow red, which is I think is pretty cool. I'm probably gonna display like this because it's so freaking huge. It's gonna be hard to really figure out where to put it. My shelf is gonna be like having a hard time. And this thing does still rotate and does give you the weapon too. And so you do get two weapons, thankfully, compared to the Flintos one that give you barely anything. So let's get to my final thoughts. Okay. Now, if you want to really talk about the thing being massive, yes, it is a lot more bigger. However, I will say the legs being... I will say the legs are pretty stable for what they are. Thankfully, they're not coming loose because due to like a lot of the points that really do connect with them, I think it's really good. I just really hope because since I am buying up parts of the newer Dev Series from the Super Series, I do have two parts. I got Bone Crusher and the BoDleasons one. So I will compare when it comes to the thing, and also the thing is like more than like 20 pounds. I'm holding it. It feels like a child. I mean, comparing it to how big it is to me, oh crap, it's like most of my body. And it is one of those things of how big is too big, because I will say this thing is really good for the size it is, don't get me wrong. But the thing does have a problem of being a little too massive. And just figuring out where you put things. And I will say some parts are a little bad about it due to some because there's a little gap back here you can see. Put my finger right here. There is a freaking gap like that. That is a problem. I will say if you're not paying attention for it, because like if you're not paying attention, it is a huge problem. But the hands are articulated as well. I do like that part. Thankfully, they're not like a brick of being like just like shoot. Thankfully, it is having a good part of it. Whew, man. This is going to be way more bigger than I expected. And I did do it like one time. Other than that, it took me way more long to really get done. I just hope with the issues that are on this figure, like this part being a little bit of a problem of the chest, this thing right here not really sticking on, it's going to be a problem for me. Because like I don't like that part because every time you want to post it or something like that, it comes off. And these parts being loose, I understand why it's loose. However, I will say it was a little more tighter. I would say it's actually really decent. I just really hope over time this figure has up. And it holds itself up due to the weight of being so massive. I'm gonna put it down on my shelf. Let's look on let's see how big it is. Holy moly! This thing is humongous. Hey, Mom! Hey, Mom. Look how big is my fucking shelf. Come on. Just get up then. Just get up. Holy moly. I don't care.
I think you make you what?
Look how fucking big.
Cool.
I put it on a shelf. It's so massive.
That works.
Yeah, it's no way. I mean, technically,
Right.
I can remove one of these shelves and make it like
Right, just leave it on top.
Yeah.
It won't work nowhere else.
I mean, technically, I could remove one of these and make it fucking fit, but no way. Whew, man. But I'm sweaty so much. Holy crap. So that's the review for the third-party Devastator. I don't. Wait, did he move? Name? Let me see. I don't know. I just call it a third-party Devastator because it is so huge. I don't know where to put it. I'm gonna be honest. I'm not gonna buy this. I'm not gonna buy the G2 variant at all. It's too huge for my office. Look, if you
Right, go open your closet for me.
What?
Go open your closet for me.
Got it.
Everybody wants more.
But so cool looking. I just don't know where else to put it. I mean, I could put it in the living room if I wanted to, but no, not happening. So yeah, that's the review for GLA 5 and 6 plus the Devastator review. So technically you did get this better than Jobby when he did all the reviews of putting all the reviews that he did with the Thunder King and making basically making a compilation of all the parts to review Thunder King as the whole thing. So I'm not gonna do that like what Jobby did. That's it, y'all. I'm gonna die. See y'all whenever the fuck it is. I don't know when. I made for a next review. I will have to see. But peace out, y'all.